Hey and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to the family. We are a small channel that discuss the safety and science behind skincare. As a pharmacist, toxicologist and safety assessor, I try my best to provide you with the info that you need to have peace of mind when you are using your personal care product. If that sounds interesting to you, please don't forget to subscribe and join this community. So guys, this video is going to be so interesting, so please bear with me and grab your popcorn and juice and let's talk. So since I started this channel 2 years ago, and it was my passion to talk about the science and safety, of course, of skincare, a lot of people asked me, you sure made a lot of money from creating content? And I have to be honest with you guys, I made literally $0 from this channel or my Instagram account. I'm not gonna lie, I received a lot of sponsorship, but I refused all of them because they were not matching my message. I don't want someone controlling what I have to say about a product that I use. Luckily, in this video, Stylevana, which is one of the top K-beauty skincare websites, sent me a PR box full of skincare product that I have been trying for a while, and today I will show you the product and talk about it actually a little bit. And plus we are going to have a story about the history of toxicology. So before I started, all this product that I'm using today have links down below in the description, which you can use to buy the same skin product that I'm using. It will support me and my channel to produce better content in the future. And there is also a discount code to use for 10 to 50% off of this product and most of the product on Stylevana website. And the code, I will put it here, it's INF10MOSKIN. If you use Stylevana to get your product, please use my code to support me and my channel to produce better and better content in the future. Okay, that's being out of the way. Today we will talk about the story of the Radium Girls. While talking, I'll do my skincare routine and talk a little bit about the product. So let's go. So I already washed my face with All Clean Green Foam from Heimish, which is a very gentle basic cleanser with botanical extract to help you soothe the skin, like centella and witch hazel water, not alcoholic extract, water. So the story of the Radium Girls dates back into the 1970s in Illinois, the United States. After the discovery of the element radium, the radioactive metal, by Pierre and Marie Curie, this discovery was brought to the US as a magical compound. The salt of radium was mixed with water and Arabic gum to make a glow-in-the-dark paint used to paint the dials of the watches. The government of the US then made a deal with the Blooming Radium Corporation company to paint the monitors of plane and watches of soldier. This made the company employ women because it's an artistic job and needs a delicate touch. Then they tried to persuade the women with a high amount of payment that was almost 3 times the usual women's salary at that time. So a lot of women in the US and even Canada started working in those factories using the radioactive paint with actually no protection gear. The number were estimated to be about 4,000 workers. So now I will spray my face with some Uriash thermal water. If you want to know the benefit, I already made a video about thermal water. I will link it here. So it's just a simple spray to hydrate the skin. And I made a full-on video so you can guys see the benefit and if it's like thermal water worth it or not. Then I will use the cosrx Propolis Synergy Toner. It's an amazing hydrating and soothing toner to help support your skin barrier. It has propolis and the extract of honey actually, and it's a very light liquidy kind of toner. And then I will massage it with my hand and apply it to my skin. It's very hydrating, very light feel, and it does not cause any stickiness or heaviness on the skin, and the skin absorb it like actually magic. The honey can be work actually in this product as a humectant, and the propolis can have an anti-inflammatory, also antioxidants benefit. It's full of humectant and other kind of ingredients that support the skin barrier to function optimally all the time. And I have been really enjoying this product so far. So back to the story. The radium actually was picking up steam as the gift from God, to be honest, because some researchers were able to find that radium killed some cancer cells. So it was thought that the radium can cure all of disease. It was marketed as a miracle drug. It was sold actually in pharmacies in liquid as tonics, in toothpaste, and even cosmetics. Some company even went so far with lacing some milk and butter product with radium to increase the lifespan of the consumer. Things were going so crazy around radium. Even the instructors in the US Radium Corporation were insisting that radium is super safe and can make women have a rosy cheek. To make things work, the work of those women required a lot of precision because the dials were so small, and the trainers in the company were instructing the woman worker to use their lips and mouth to point out the brushes of the paint, to draw the details more accurately, putting them in danger of ingesting radium. Remember that those women actually were painting around 250 watch faces a day, so imagine the amount of ingested radium. The number of working women increased more and more, and due to the lack of acute effect of radium, those women were painting their bodies, dresses, lips and teeth with radioactive paint, making them actually glowing like ghosts. And now guys, we are going to use the AHA BHA refreshing solution by Purito. It's a Korean company. It's actually a very impressive product, to be honest, and it contains 7% glycolic acid, 0.28% citric acid, which is also an AHA, and BHA salicylic acid 2%. And it's a very gentle, non-oily. Your skin absorbs it really fast. It has some let's say a little bit of at first hardness for the skin to absorb, but after like 2 minutes, let's say, your skin immediately absorb it. I didn't notice any kind of irritation or stinging or tingling. So even on the box, the company stated that this product can be used daily, but of course don't forget your sunscreen because it contains 7% AHAs, which is glycolic acid, which is known to cause some increased skin sensitivity towards the UV radiation. So please bear that in mind. It's a fragrance free, as well as the cosrx propolis energy toner. It's fragrance free, so you won't have any kind of extra powerful fragrance, and if you have a diagnosed allergy towards fragrance, you will be safe using this product. And now back to the story. So the status of fun and games actually did not last so long. Data around radium dangers were already available in Europe, and some deaths were recorded to radiation actually. Some scientists in the US tried to warn everyone, but Radium Corporation were able to silence them and saying that the benefit risk scale is still safe. But actually this evil company were able to providing the male worker with protective gear made of lead to block out radiation, proving they knew about the risk. What is more sinister in my opinion, according to Kate Moore, the author of the book Radium Girls, that the manufacturer funded studies and research to support their narrative and ignored independent study. And jumping to the 1920s, the women started to show, unfortunately, symptoms of illness. And the first woman actually was Amelia Magea. She experienced an extreme toothache. Visiting the dentist, he was able to remove the pain tooth. Then the pain started moving from one tooth to another, and after each removal, the gum where the tooth once was there never healed, kept bleeding and filled with pus. The doctor unfortunately misdiagnosed her with arthritis and prescribed her some aspirin. By the end of 1922, her entire lower jawbone and ear bone actually were one big abscess. The doctor was just examining her gently with his hand, and by accident her jaw just fell off in his hand, and the doctor was actually so shocked. Then her entire jaw was removed a few days later, and unfortunately Amelia passed away 4 months later due to uncontrolled bleeding. The doctor stated that the cause of death unfortunately was syphilis, the same cause used against her in court later to dishonor her with a sexual transmitted disease by the corporation. All this and the cause of death was not figured out and not linked to radium. Unfortunately, by the 1927, more than 50 women who worked with radium died and suffered immense pain and illness like spine fracture, bone sarcoma, which is bone cancer, and different kind of cancers. In 1925, a male worker died and an independent researcher was appointed by the government to investigate the death. He figured out that the radium was able to integrate into the victim bones and replace calcium, making the bone so fragile and broken by simply a very light touch. Why this happened, you may ask? In toxicology, if we look at the periodic table, we can see that radium and calcium in the same line, and in reality the body treats calcium and radium the same. So their poor bodies absorbed radium into their bone and got rid of calcium, integrating radium, which has different properties than calcium, into the bone matrix, led to a fragile bone, explaining the fracture the woman experienced during their illness. This is a different toxicology pathway than the radiation, so the radium worked in two different ways to destroy the woman's bodies. Unfortunately, all these findings made the CEO of the Radium Corporation of USA furious and denied those studies and conducted more corporate funded studies that have the opposite findings. He even went as far as lying to the Labor Department in the US about the result of the original study. Now guys, I will use the isntree real mugwort clay mask. It's a clay mask, it's a kaolin based clay mask, but it is infused with mugwort extract. It's a very soothing to the skin, help reduce inflammation, irritation, and also reduce the redness. And you can use it on your face as almost the last step before your moisturize. I will use it for 15 minutes and I will apply it to my skin. So it's a very clay base. I actually unfortunately lost my brush, so I will use my fingers to apply the mask. It has a very creamy texture. Okay, sorry, I'm using the viewfinder as a mirror, so excuse that. I will apply it, not all my face, only the area of concern, which is my T-zone. And I don't think it's fragrance free, but or maybe it is, but to be honest, it smelled very herbal, like nothing floral or citrusy or any kind of. Okay, I think I used it all over my T-zone. So I will use it for 15 minutes. It's a calming kind of clay mask, like I said, infused with mugwort extract to soothe and reduce irritation. And actually it has the properties to control sebum production. So after this, I will wash actually the mask with lukewarm water. After 15 minutes, I will wash it and see how this can look like. But from the few times that I used it, it's actually very soothing. Some other clay masks that I've tried before, they were like super kind of drying. I have a very oily T-zone. I have a combo skin, as you know, and the other clay masks were like very harsh with the drying the skin. But this one actually was very nice experience. So in 50 minutes I'll get back to you guys and complete the story. I washed my mask and the skin actually feel like I expected, feel very refreshed, very clean. Back to the story. In 1927, a lawyer and 5 women who worked in the company, in the corporation, joined forces to take the corporation to the court and requested $250,000 for settlement. And the cases was successful, and the amount actually was reduced to $10,000 per each and $600 annual payment. Unfortunately, the 5 girls only lived for 2 years, but their action made a huge impact in the workers' safety. The action led to a huge repercussion in legislation, creating the occupational disease labor law and scientific changes to set the safety limit of radium to 0.1 microcurie for the worker with radiation instead of the one of the old safety limit. Ending my routine with the Beauty of Joseon, which is a super light chemical sunscreen with SPF 50 and plus 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 plus. It also has a rice extract, 30% rice extract, which is a very calming and antioxidant, plus niacinamide. The UV filter in this sunscreen are uvinol A plus, protect against UVA, and uvinol T150 against UVB, tinosorb M, which is a broad spectrum, and also uvasorb HAB, which is also a very broad spectrum UV filter. It's a very gently kind of a cream, gel cream kind of sunscreen. It does not leave any kind of white cast at all. So I'm using the 2-finger length of this. No white cast because it's fully chemical, no smell, nothing. It's just like let's say you feel it as a moisturizer, to be honest. And with the extra niacinamide, it can provide the skin with some antioxidants, sebum control, fading out hyperpigmentation, and keep your pores ready for the day. It leaves a nice glow, as you can see. So the next layer would be my second finger. And actually, as there is no smell, like I mentioned, very jelly kind of cream, so it's absorbed super fast, and the glow is, as you can see, very nice. I like kind of a glowy. I don't like the extra what is it called, matte or super glowy, that can give the illusion that you are kind of a oily kind of a person. I don't like this at all, but this one is kind of a win, and I think it's got kind of viral, this sunscreen, because it's quite affordable. I think it was $10 for 50 ml, so very affordable. And as you can see, no white cast, very nice glow. Yeah, and by this I will end my kind of morning skincare routine, but not actually. It's past, I think, looking at my watch, it's actually, yeah, 2:30 p.m. so kind of past the morning routine, but who cares? I've been enjoying this sunscreen so much, so I think it's perfect. So back to the story. What we get from the story is that we are actually lucky to live in this age, whereas a lot of people in the past unfortunately suffered and died, so our life could be safer with regulation and safety limit. So please don't fall for the narrative that natural ingredient is safer, because radium is actually a natural element in the earth crust. And please respect at least the souls of the people who suffered, so we have now regulation to protect us. So this was my video, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. Please don't forget, if you want to buy any of those products that I used today, use my links in the description below and use my discount code INF10MOSKIN. I will put it here again, and get a cheaper skincare product, and you will support my channel. If you enjoyed this type of storytelling videos, please let me know if you want me to do more in the future. For this video secret emoji, it will be the angel emoji, as rest in peace for those the soul of those brave women who actually sacrificed their life and pushed for more legislation and scientific changes in the community. And please, guys, don't forget to be safe, and I see you in the next one. Bye.